write the chord stuff. It's got this cool event thing now.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what I'm doing Friday so far though for streams because Christmas Eve.
All right.
I'm off for the whole day. Maybe hit something.
I got a buzz.
I wonder who that was. Michael's been forgetting to have his phone muted, and so we'll start and it'll go bzz, bzz. Hello, Jurassic, and welcome to the Dolphins.
Hello, Dolphin. Who are you?
You gonna get buzzed again?
Probably.
What was the first buzz? From Twitter?
Yeah, Twitter.
You even set it to have you get buzzed for tweets?
I have you on notification things, whatever it is, on Twitter, I guess. I don't know. I don't get buzzed on Discord because they turn notifications off on there. I kept on getting messages saying, so-and-so is streaming, come watch. Like, I don't want to watch and do my own thing.
But the tweets.
Well, the tweets are...
The majority of my tweets are, I've started streaming.
I was considering turning them off if you want. I don't know.
You can do whatever you want.
Let's see. All I care about is...
Hello.
This dash. Hello.
Oh. I was about to say hi Warhorse, but then my brain stopped me. Because that would be weird. That is the best emote.
It is. Hey, your internet actually likes me for once. I got full bars, and I can actually watch the stream.
I did, since you were last here, I did a change of stuff, because I think that I had a potential of two Wi-Fi, or I have two routers, but one with the Wi-Fi shut off, but I had, I think, a power surge that turned it back on the one, and they were both had the same password and same SSID. So I'm thinking they were fighting, and now I've replaced the one router with a switch, and so now it only has one wireless.
See, that's why I can view the stream now.
Well, I don't know if that's the reason why, but...
Well, before I wasn't able to, because...
Well, why do you need to watch the stream?
Because I wanted to post the
you can just go chat only.
I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always do, because then you're not pulling more data.
I just wanted to post the dash.
Full red.
That's all I want.
Guess we're back for horse animation. Kind of. We're actually back to redo some work to a degree. But no problem.
I get to watch the Tuesdays. Wait, oh, hang on. That was Friday or Tuesday. What was it? They lost.
Friday. No, Tuesday. Last Tuesday.
Yeah, because the Friday was Halo. So it was last Tuesday.
Because I was like, oh well, screw it.
Yeah. So I get to watch the Tuesday stream all over again. Hello.
I probably won't redo all the work. Hello, everyone. Yeah, so explain the SSD thing. So when I went to go, right before we're going to stream, because normally I just, like, a couple minutes before here, I go on here and I'll go to my Twitter and I'll start making a post. And when I went to go click my Pony SFM folder, it said it couldn't be found. I'm like, huh? And so it let me view my drive, and then when I tried to open it, it said can't be found. I'm like, but it's right there. And so I rebooted my computer and it disappeared. And ever since then, it has stayed disappeared. So the drive has failed me. But all the important SFM stuff is backed up. So I went and bought a new SSD, put that in, had it copy everything back over, recovery. And it took like 6 hours. Now recovered everything. But my last backup was before last stream. So I am everything that we did last Tuesday technically is gone, and some podcast work, but that finished and encoded and uploaded to YouTube, so oh well, I don't care on that as long as it's done. So it lasts a little bit of stuff, and that does remind me I need to let's double check to make sure it's actually doing the backups correctly now, because it's supposed to do it every day. Last backup 21 at 10. Yep, this morning. Okay, it's working again. That's good.
The only thing I remember from that Tuesday stream is Fluttershy swearing and her being bleeped.
Yeah, well, so, yeah, because you got, so, yeah, there's not, we're back to doing whatever, so she's got the,
Awesome.
The awesome, and then walk forward. So, why do I not hear Twilight? Oh, must have. Yeah. So, but I'm not going to bother with this part right now because I have the idea as to what I was going to do now, and that's floating around there. I can't hear it for some reason, but I'm worried about that later.
No crazy things to spend my points. Did you reactivate point stuff?
Oh no, I don't think I did.
Jurassic wants to spend points apparently.
I can do that. There. They're re-enabled. One of these are my headphones. It's A1 and oh, okay, so it's setting this
Stupid
line
face.
in. There, now I can hear it. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I thought there was gonna be a stupid face. Well, we don't. I have the perfect stupid face. Okay, I haven't played with these, like going kind of extreme on the.
Their faces look so weird.
Kind of. I think
Their nostrils and their eyes and their lips are just.
I think they're weird, but once you poke at them enough, you can make them look pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I see the potential in it, but some of the lips just seem sometimes too gooey.
Gooey is an interesting term. Okay.
Like this.
Oh.
From what I can tell, mouths do not do that. Because you know what happened? She saw a book.
It's too round.
Book. Yeah, it is a little. It's too much of just a circle, and that's kind of what bugs me with it. Oh. Ooh, actually, those work better than the other ones. Before, it was just like a bubble. Now it actually feels like it's filling up the whole cheek. But she's... Well, that's what we can do. Hold on. We're gonna make Pop Twilight. I think that's... Oh, God, there's so many of these. This the one? I think that looks like it.
Revamped.
Yes, exactly, Jurassic. Also about VAing. Do you know which voice you're doing? Just practicing VAing. Oh. Well, practicing is a good place to start. So we're gonna do Pop Twilight. I need a reference. I'm gonna just search Pop Cat. See, not Poop Cat.
I don't know what that would come up with.
I would definitely get something different. Okay.
Pop Cat.
Okay, so oh, that is what it's called. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. That cat is amazing. Is he just sitting? He is sitting. Okay.
I guess these models work good for Popcat because their mouth is so round.
It's getting it open of the equivalent amount. I think that's going to be the hard part.
Do these have a jawbone?
Yeah, but then it starts stretching in one direction instead of having... Because it's like the smiley. He's just smiling. Okay, we'll put down here. Okay. We need a camera. Need like... open something by accident. Nope. Okay. So let's do a 50. Alright, let's Glamrex Freddy's voice sound like. Is that just like Wee? I thought that's what they all do. Look up.
Hello, sunset. Also, there's like a glare on your screen. There's like 2 specks of dust right in the center of your monitor.
I know.
No, like, I don't know if you can see it from your angle.
Oh, it's not dust. It's like dirt.
Oh, well, dust, dirt, it's the same thing.
Well, no, like that's probably like a liquid that got on there.
Oh.
It just made a splotch, and then it just dried. I try to clean it every now and then, but normally for the angles that I have it set up, I don't have any glare. That TV has a shine to it, so that does. So that's why I'll turn out that light up there sometimes.
It's coming from that way.
Oh, hello. So she needs to.
Hello, Kate.
Doing a stupid face. We're doing oh, Popcat. Okay, so she needs to have.
Wait.
This one.
That's funny.
She's doing her bubble tea.
Bubble tea.
I like this one too. We're in a little cat outfit. Okay. And then you're looking up, the ears are out, that's fine. Now we need to make her do. And she needs to look up more. Not looking up enough. Let's actually stretch you out a little. Okay, that bone. Up a bit more. It's up a bit more. Up. And then mid face, we need to put the cheeks up. Okay, that's getting there. And she needs to do the. I believe there's an uwu face on this one.
There's an uwu face?
Yeah. Oh no, I moved them up.
What do these models not have?
There's uwu. Okay, there's the uwu face. Okay, so if anything, her neck feels a little long, and I can't do too much before it starts like causing compression.
That looks adorable.
I think this is a more of a zoom in than this is actually giving. I think it's more like a this. Yeah. And she needs to have her wings in. Probably have them come out like every time she pop. So she got this up in there, and then the pop is just open. Okay. So, gonna read that. Okay, and go, and then she pop by going forward a little bit. And why is
Her wings? What'd you do?
Oh, I know why. I imported from a different model, and these wings apparently have a different structure to them. I want this one. Okay, this is your right wing. Is it? Okay.
Her wings are so screwed up.
There's some goofy. Oh.
That's... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Is there a different bone I'm missing here?
How many bones for the wings are there?
Okay. So, what we're going to do is set it back to being open, because those work. Happy wings. Okay. Oh, that actually should be everything. So playhead, Okay, I know. Oh. Oh, whatever. I'll just play it. Okay. And now she has to, okay, do her neck down. Up. And now this is... She's gonna be kind of weird. Lower face, so I gotta remove Uwu.
Oh. No.
And then gotta go up.
Is there a way to get rid of her teeth? Can you alpha them out or just completely
I
like...
could. Yeah, I guess technically there is no teeth or tongue. So I can. We'll get to that in a sec. We're gonna stretch.
Oh, there's stupid face.
I'm working on the first one. Get to it in a sec. Do everything with the right. Everything
That looks creepy.
left. And then the nose.
First time chat. Hello.
A foolish pirate. A family member walking right now and wonder what I'm watching. Welcome to the stream. That's about as. I mean, I probably get it wider, but all right. And now we're gonna.
This one wide mouth. What's that guy's name from Centaur World?
Oh, Comfortable Doug.
No, not Comfortable Doug. The Pelican guy. Like he was Comfortable Doug's fan.
Oh, in the second season.
Yeah.
I don't remember their name.
I think it was like Mouthpiece. Was it Mouthpiece? I think it was Mouthpiece.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, I don't want sticky keys. I need the head to be turned up a bit more. There. Let's put her eyes at like or eyebrows. Let's do like a surprise because well, that's even creepier. I'm wondering if there should be no eyebrows. Oh, actually, her upper eyelids should be turned down a little bit. Really creepy. It looks like that one creature from like Mario that shoots eggs.
It reminds me of Kirby just trying to suck in everything.
There's these ones at the corners. Oh, there we go. And I want puffier cheeks, so we're gonna go a little bit on the mouth full. See if I can, if I put mouthful on this one too.
The only thing I can think of is feed me.
Feed me! Feed me! You can make her say anything. Oh, that was something. Oh, no, there is no... Oh, there is cheekbones on this. I just have to get access to them.
Oh god.
Sadly, I can't make it a perfect circle. Well, I could get close if I were to start poking at some of these bones. and stuff, I could definitely get closer, but some of these just get in goofy positions. Yeah, because that's... I don't know if there's any right here. Yeah, that's the bottom. That's the very back. Yeah, there is no... there's none there. But, nonetheless. Yeah. It's quick. No.
I turned that off from the first.
Now I can stick a key forever. Oh, you have to try to keep up. Even SFM doesn't even know how to do it fast enough.
She's just doing it occasionally.
She's doing Morse code. You
could look up a popping sound.
I can do like I don't have a pop sound. I have the punch sound, but
or like in the sounds folder or whatever it is.
Oh,
it'd probably crash SFM.
Oh, actually, I haven't done anything important. Let's see if we can load up a pop sound before it crashes. Oh, I have it.
That quick.
There we go. There it goes. I knew it was still... No, it's still going to happen because it keeps loading it in the background. I wanted to load it so I could quickly save it, and now I don't have to go in the library again. So... This is so blurst. It is. If there was a name this stream had, it'd be blurst. Where's Twilight? Oh wait, the timing. She said party. That's the max volume it's gonna go. I know, kind of. I can do that.
I can't hear a thing.
Oh, this is a kind of a quiet sound effect anyway. But if I set it like here, and then there we go. It's kind of more like you're hitting like a beach ball or something. Sound. Can I go faster? It's gonna.
The sound's gonna break up.
It's yeah. I can't keep up with the sound.
Her mouth is morphing.
When your significant other one comes back from work and all they want to do is talk about their day. It's just like
Feed me. Feed me.
It's like a Muppet was like, ah. I had like the SpongeBob laugh. Yeah. Feed me, book.
That's a cute Twilight face, though.
Yeah, it's so cute. Then
she's like a baby bird swallowing that worm.
Give me worm. Please eat first, then give. Hi ho. Twilight Sparkle here. Okay. Stop her. We're going for a while.
The person who added that woo face knew what they were doing.
Well, just because furries.
That too.
It is good. It is good. Okay, now for second phase, we're going to take this and we're gonna make an army.
An army.
A lot of different models, but I'll run out of RAM well before it's even a thing. So first, okay. Now we grab this.
She's just eating her wing.
God. Okay. I'm gonna go up a little bit forward. Gonna go.
Look at all those baby birds.
You're okay. You're gonna go there, and this one go like here. One's gonna go. Good. You're gonna go back here. Oh. Oh, we need more.
Uh-oh.
We need another. We need to fill
all the gaps.
Fill the little gaps.
There's gonna be so much chaos.
Chaos. Gotta readjust the timing on some of these. They're not all just going at the exact same time. And one more set. Let's fill in this little bit right here. More.
2 more.
One. Well, right. He eats the feeds. Cool. Kind of fill in the gap down here. And this one. Go. I don't even care. I'm just gonna put the ear. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Good. Okay.
Let
So,
the chaos
and then,
commence.
no, not yet. Unmute.
It would be be so many pops.
Okay. Now,
oh no.
how it goes. Doesn't even know how to do all the pops. Looks like it's trying to make music. No, let's play the music with it.
They want so many worms. Like, feed me.
No, they're bookworms.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah. Here, let's start. It is. We'll go faster. It doesn't change anything. Literally looks the same. This one back here is literally eating hair. It's just munching on the hair. Oh, if I turn out the lighting, it'll probably work better. Oh yeah, that works much better. Look at this one. I don't know what she's doing back there, but it isn't right.
Sounds like a fire. Like a fire crackling. From where I am.
It's like it looks like a chorus of just people.
She's eating the dirt.
Okay. Well, there. Good use of memory. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. What the fuck was that one yet? So that's good. Okay, now back to what we're doing. Oh, I gotta put the camera in there too. Oh, I actually realized that there's some that actually destroyed her animation in doing that. Really have that much with it. I believe she just says books.
Books.
Okay,
now she looks like that forever.
No, I can fix that one pretty easy.
Books.
Need to have her single books.
Apples. Books.
Oh, I think that was the single. But I can cover it anyway, so.
We're losing more work.
Oh, no, that one's fine. These are all the bits. So I just go like from here to here, I just copy. Go back here. Paste. Oh, except for your eyes. I only want your... And technically... Oh. Well, for one, I need to get the base face positioning into not being that. Let's grab that first. Actually... Oh no, I do have to do that separate. It's technically not what I wanted, but
I would just copy the facial flexes.
a lot of it is these that are broken. No, I did do these. It was... Oh, you know what? I bet you I might be able to fix it without. Oh, no, kind of. So the main one is... Oh, no, there would have been O in the other one too. Well, you know, the easiest one is just to... I'm just going to paste everything over it first, and then back here and grab this. should be fine.
Buck.
Go to this point, round it back.
Books. Books. Books.
The only thing it's going to lose is a little bit of that forward mouth look. So I'll just kind of do that manually. A B. There was a lips B. Or mouth B.
Or like a mouth pucker. Or is there actually a mouth B on these models?
I thought there was.
When in doubt, lip bite and pucker.
Yeah, I thought, but it worked kind of better, so.
Books.
Fine, okay, she doesn't want to be, I don't need her being crazy, though. There we go.
Books.
There, that works fine.
Books.
So I've been studying the language of books. That's the point. She's only speaking in book. Actually, Ice, have you seen like the premise for this video?
Darling. Darling. Apples, apples. Darling, darling, darling. Apples, apples. Darling, darling, darling. Books. Books, books. Apples, darling, books. Hurry! Awesome.
So the idea is just have all their single words the entire video going through, except Fluttershy. Fluttershy is going to swear.
Fluttershy is the best.
Darling.
Okay, so I'm not going to bother recreating the other stuff right now. I don't want to have that be the 2 streams in a row that actually worked. So we can instead start focusing on some of the other stuff. Torby, Master becoming one with the book. That's all. Yeah, it's her language now.
Darling.
So I don't know what she's actually looking at. Yeah, there's a box of Apple Jacks in there too, because we don't give a shit. So I can have her instead be looking up at cart or something, so I can't really turn her too much to the right, because to her right, because if I turn her too much this way, then she's like too straight on with the camera, and that's awkward, and I can't put her like this. Depends. The following shot, I actually could get away with it. I think that most people wouldn't even notice the fact that she's this way. And if I turned her to look that way in this shot, I can almost guarantee you that like 90 out of 100, or probably more than that, are going to not even notice the fact that she's not looking the right direction. It's amazing how much in movies that goes by and people don't even notice it, because you're not looking at her Applejack, you're looking at her. So she would say yay over and over and over again. Well, her saying yay is her word, but then the whole point right now is
misdirection.
It's subverting expectation, misdirection. I'm creating something that everybody is getting an expectation of what the next thing is going to be. Once the book sings, or really once Pinkie Pie says it, and then awesome, you know what is going on. And I want to have them kind of like cackle for a little bit, and then I'm going to have it slowly zoom in on Fluttershy with the expectation that she's going to say yay, because everybody thinking, oh, they're just using the cliche words, and then I want to just use something that isn't. So that's the whole joke behind it then. Hello, Michael. Oh, for your authentication code, for your 2-factor. Yeah, that'd be weird. Well, actually, if it's authentication code, you don't. It shouldn't need to send it because they use Authy. Authy, you can just log in there at any time and get the code without it being messaged on your phone, because it's a constantly rolling number that's always there. I actually use Authy for 6 or 7 different programs, and my work uses a different one too. I have anything that has 2-factor options set up. I do. I don't like text message versions, and I was using nothing in our app. Text messages can be spoofed. Fluttershy swearing will be adorable. I don't know if I did any bloopers with Fluttershy swearing.
No.
Oh, no. She did a thing where she fell over on the Fusroyer, but she didn't swear. I don't know if I ever did one myself of her doing that, but
You didn't do swearing in general. Like, that was...
well, if even beeping, I don't think I did it in the bloopers. Not that I can think of. Yeah, she just falls over there. That's a different one for that. Yeah, I don't think I did. I don't think this is all of them. This is just the number 2.
You always go so PG.
I used to want to stay PG, but now I try to stay PG on certain things. But when it comes to swearing, I like going swearing because then it's a lot less likely they'll mark it for kids. So I don't like violence that isn't PG or PG. PG-13 is okay, but when it starts going into like excessive or grimdark or something like that, then that's a little different. Okay, so she's going to say darling, and then Rarity, or she's gonna look over here. Oh, that's not doing it right. Oh. Actually, I'm gonna start thinking of this as actual keyframes and not storyboarding. So if that's the case, then I'm gonna actually have her looking up here. The storyboarding is just about general idea. I don't care about using what it's actually done. It's just quick and easy and fast. So now this actually is going to be what I will use for the final keyframe. I want to add a little bit of extra stuff. So I need to lock her back legs. I'm not using a rig. And I'm just going to churn. Oh. Yeah, that is working. What are you doing to me? Stop that. This hurts. Okay, it's flexible. And I need to lock these too. Well, yes, I do. And turn these to match. This leg is going to stretch a little. Basically just go until it doesn't have, you can see a little bit of a dark speckle right there. Usually means there's not a matchup. So I'm going to, oops, out of the world, come back here. She's trying to use her spells to throw me off. Earth pony magic. I'm just going to bend this a little. Yeah, it looks like I still have to go a little further. There. Now I don't really notice a black speckle there. It'll be fine. But this just creates a little bit of variance in the motion. If you just have her head move, that looks like it's just like an action figure on a pivot. Not gonna lie, it takes a while to use 15 AI. To get the exact thing you're looking for, kind of, you can play with the emotions and stuff, but it is still all random. But I love that it's random because it means that you're not just getting a robot. A robot would be that every time you pull it, it's the same thing. This has variance. It's very more natural, but it does have a little bit of the...
You get different articulations with different things.
And some of it has that like breathy undertone that the AI thing gives, and I do try to pick those that minimize that. Like the first darling that she says here is very breathy on that, and I will not be using that in the final, but it doesn't matter. It's just a placeholder. Okay, so now I need to have her looking the other direction. So we're going to do the same thing and have her kind of look this way. I would normally, if I'm churning enough, like have her like lift a step to brace herself to churn that way. The reason I don't want to is if I do that, then that means that she would have to have a weird leg spacing on all the future bits. Well, maybe get away without it, but I want to try to see if I can not have her just like kind of spin to meet.
Want another drink?
Yeah, if you want to fill it back up, you can. Just keep the lemon in there.
Keep filling it up.
Yeah, because it's the weekend. It's your weekend too.
It's my weekend at least.
It's my weekend too. I got today is the beginning of my I basically have 2 weeks off for Christmas, so today is the beginning of that. So I'm gonna swing it back and forth. So her head needs to be a little bit down more. Actually, she probably would be... No, if you were alerted to somebody being there, you more than likely aren't going to put your head down. You're going to be like having it up. So you could probably, if anything, have at this point her head down and then have it move to a more natural position in the later one. So let's try that. So something like this. Thank you. Gotta get over the mic, but okay. And then she'll be alerted, and she will be like, "Look, wow, okay." And she's like, she wants to pay attention to Rarity, but she also wants to keep looking at the apples.
Apples. Working on Christmas Eve stinks.
You have to work on Christmas Eve. Life of trucking. Oh, no, that makes sense. But truck, like you do transportation, like LTL or like owner operator. Like, what kind of trucking? I worked in the office of a LTL carrier for 13 years, so I'm well versed in trucking. It is a hard life. Lonely life if you're an owner operator. Like, hell, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm flying out tomorrow morning, going back to New York, so that'll be fun.
Yep, he's out for a while. That's why, like, he'll be gone until Sunday. Michael's gone until Monday. It's going to be a weird weekend. A lot of people out. Company rig. But do you do, is it LTL? Like, so I can understand you drive a company rig, so you're not an owner operator, but do you do LTL or do you do, it's like a clock in, clock out? Well, no, I guess it has to be clock in, clock out if you're doing company rig. Pups, 52 footer, that kind of thing. I worked in one company that did just pup transfers, and nobody was an owner operator. They just ran to one spot, met another driver that took the pup from them, and then they drove home. And then I knew another place that did all over the long haul over the road. I think I need a whistle. Is whistle still on here? No, I think they got rid of whistle.
Whistle
was just, it was like but it was like a pucker to a point. It worked out pretty well for doing like ooh. But and you have ooh here, but now you have to kind of play with closer to try to get
closer. Jaw closer. Oh.
I don't like how I can see the teeth. You can kind of cheat this and just like select everything but the bone and for the jaw, and then just kind of move it somewhere. Put it to like here, and then
having a jawbone is very useful. You can do a lot of different health loop.
Used to be over the road, on duty 14, off for 10. I run local in the St. Louis area. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty nice. But yeah, this is the time of year where transportation is heavy on stuff. But if you're driving a company rig, well, no, you're still kind of, are you kind of a mid-ground of owner-operator and company rig then? Because if you're on the road that long, that means you're probably in a sleeper or staying in a hotel or something. So, because that sounds like a kind of a mid-ground. Yeah, if you're not going home every night, I would hate that.
I like to sleep in my bed every night. Being on the road.
But some people, the road is that is where they live. There was one family, it was a husband and a wife that drove as a team, and they didn't have a normal sleeper. They had an extended sleeper. Like, this thing was a truck itself, but they had like washer and dryer and shower in this thing.
Sounds like RV.
So they basically retired, and then they just bought this thing, and it is their RV, but they drive wherever they drive. They just bring trucks with them, but they were super fast. Teams, because you're only allowed to be on the road for so many hours, and then after a certain amount of days, you have to take a much longer break. But teams, when you're forced to take a break, the other driver takes over. And so when you need something somewhere fast, teams are the fastest way other than flying, because you can get something in California in a day and a half.
Yeah,
because they can just sleep on and off, and then they can usually go back and forth like a trip once. Like from Minnesota to California, back to Minnesota before they get stuck on their long break, and then they would just take a day off, and then to do their long break. It was goofy. Company pays for everything on the truck. All I do is drive it home every night, but I still drive a sleeper since I'm used to it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. The day cabs we have are junk. I understand that. No, okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's a rough job, but yeah, it's hopefully at least get Christmas off and you don't have something go wrong.
Darling.
I'm gonna have another little bit here, so I want to have her kind of like get like, huh? Like she heard somebody say her name, which is Darling. So we're just going to move her forward a little bit. Yeah, I worked for Dawes for like 5 or 6 years. Then they got bought out by an investment firm, and they became Roadrunner Dawes, which is now Roadrunner. I worked on and off of that company for like probably about 10 years, and then I worked at Estes for about 2.5 years, something like that. When I left, I was working in OSD, and I hated it. I'm not in trucking anymore. That is a thankless industry.
Michael, what file are you downloading from Pony SFM?
Oh yeah, so catch up on that. So 2 weeks off from school because I started Christmas break. Oh, nice. Yes, that's real good. The summer break sometimes is a little too long, but winter break is just that perfect amount of time. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like something's going on with Pony SFM servers. I can never fully download a large file from the website. Sometimes it's locally hosted, but Pony SFM a lot of times just links direct to the Discord. If it's, check to see if there's a link to a different source on it and try that source instead. But some might be directly on it, so you might be kind of out of luck on that regard. I think I did the legs wrong on that.
You can try going to SFM Ponies on DeviantArt. You may have a alternative.
But a lot of times, if it's on Pony SFM and DeviantArt, it's because it was on DeviantArt first, and so he just links to that. So, so I don't know.
I don't check with that group that often. I just kind of...
I sometimes use Pony SFM because the searchability on there is better because it actually has a search function compared to Pony SFM, which has none.
Yeah.
But I haven't had much of a need for anything lately.
Interesting.
Oh, your eyes are in this one.
That's not a cart full of apples. That's a quarter full of apples.
Half-eaten apples and cereal. It looks fine from... Actually, I do need to just send it to here, but I didn't want to spend all the time doing it until I had...
It looks full to me. I couldn't tell.
No, I want to put some more on this side, but it was... Do I want to spend all the time filling with apples when I'm still storyboarding? So I just did something quick for now.
He actually individually placed all those apples. That's taking a little bit of effort.
No, you can see...
Oh, you place and then you rotate, place and rotate.
You can see that 3 are in the row are the same. So I made a group of them, like 5 or 6. And then I copied, moved it, removed a few, and now I have a twice big of a group, and I move that group. And it's not as efficient, but it's fast. That's all I cared about. Yeah, I wish I had...
Darling!
I wish I had a bone like in the Rathalos one. It was just remove teeth. Like just to hide the teeth more. Because just some of these are just really weird with the teeth. I just like this. Like, oh!
Is there Is there like a bone for the actual teeth to like move them up and down?
No.
Nothing? Could you add one? Or are they locked?
No, I could. They're. I can almost guarantee you that they're not attached to this. They're completely separate. So yes, you could add a bone to it, but that uncompiling and then recompiling just to do that would be a lot of work.
Curious to know why they didn't add one to begin with. Like,
because there's no need. You do the right combination of stuff here, and you can probably get away with it. Which is fine.
Here's a question. Is there any bone or whatever on the models that you would like to have?
A bone?
Or anything that is not included on it at the moment with all the updates that have been coming out?
Yeah. But actually, one that I really would like to have is a bone for chest 2 that did not connect to the legs. So it would be the same area, and it would have similar control, but it would allow me to scale and do breathing without having it also rescale the legs.
Yeah, that would help.
There is
useful. A breathing flex.
But if they're wearing clothing, it doesn't affect the clothing. But if I tied it... Well, like in a way, the clothing would still also not work for that because the legs would not be tied to that. But I could still make it work better. And it's not often that I'm working with clothing like that. But I've had many situations where having a separate bone for a chest would be nice. Because, yeah, there is a flex here where you can do breathing. So there's the stomach and the chest. But all of those do not affect clothing. So any clothing that's really close to the skin, it will just clip right through it, and you'll now have like skin hovering over a cloth. So, you're doing a stupid face too.
So many stupid faces.
Sorry, I was finishing the conversation. I do want to catch up on chat here. Okay, I go they look like puppets because the way they move makes them look like puppets. With that face, the O face definitely makes it look like a puppets. That said, research works. It's just the website itself. Oh, that's weird. It's Epic Alpier that I think runs the stuff. You'd have to maybe message him with like a bug report. So I ask Pony's video involving Applejack and the Applejack cereal.
What is the actual model you're looking for? I can probably look it up and link a different source if that's the case.
Give me 1 sec to just finish this exact face, and then I can jump. Because I'm just trying to make an ooh, not an and
Leviosa, not Leviosa, or Leviosa, not Leviosa. They actually came out with a 20th anniversary for Harry Potter thing on HBO. They're going to be coming out with it. It's gonna be pretty.
Yeah, I can just do this and be like,
Darling.
you know, I'm just gonna keep it. It's stupid. Thank you for the follow, Love Heart. I got the mozzarella of the Hall of Elements. Elements in the G form for the Nelly models. Okay. Okay, so we need a third stupid face.
I don't know if we have. That's a. Could be wrong. I don't know. Let's cite that up.
Might take a little bit, but I'm curious. I'll get this out of here.
So many apples.
Very important part of the video. Okay, we're gonna make Applejack. Augmented, those are not good to use. Very high quality, high textures that are on multiple frames. They eat up a ton of memory. Okay, so we got Applejack. I'm gonna fix her eyes a little bit here. Down. There. Okay. And now we have to split her in two. So we're going to have 2 of these. And so this one's gonna be main, okay. And then this will be let's call this one head.
Darling.
So this one I needed to add an override of body.
I think the red scarf model is Naka's, or is that Juice Dane's?
And Naka was the one that originally added the bandana thing, and it's been on there since. I think they've maybe updated it. I don't know even why they really have it. I think it's just like, hey, why not? Almost any version you download has this scarf on by default. I just took it off for this one because it's technically not a canon part of the character. Not that I can think of. Okay, so this is going to have a very weird looking horse. We need head. Okay, that's the head. This one is going to hold the head. And then the rest of it going to go, I can make that work.
Oh no.
Gotta give me a minute. I'm getting to it.
I think I know what you're doing.
No, I'll keep it off.
Voice impressions, oh boy.
More Yoda, a good idea.
A good idea it is. More Yoda is always good, yes. Apples! Apples!
I do want to at some point, I think, do...
Apple horse be turned into apple, yes?
It always has to end it. Can you do Yoda without ending it with it? Yeah, don't actually think about it.
A great disturbance in the force we have, yes. There is apple horse.
How hard is it to not do that?
It's just so easy to do.
No, I mean, how hard is it to not do the?
It's very hard. Because he does all the time. Let's see. These visions you have of someone close to you, are they? Or someone not?
Take a shit, I must.
Let's see. Thank you. AJ uses apple saber. It was very effective.
Apple saber?
She uses the apples. Big teeth you have. Big apple you have. Which would be
you
turned.
can't say that.
Would be turned. Oh my god. Oh no. This is not going well.
Oh, I think it's going pretty well. Oh, there. Okay, that can get a little bit bigger.
She's got a tiny apple for a head now.
Tiny apple?
Well, it was big before. You shrunk it down. Oh no. Oh no. Her teeth just looks like it's a bill, like a duck bill.
I had to. It's touchy because it's scaling from a corner. Trying to get it where I can get close enough to the eyes to where it works. I could just...
Applejack uses the apple. Use the swords. She's gone apple.
This was the original plan I had, and so I'm just going to stick with that. But, this one. You drive me to drink.
My throat needs the fluids.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I didn't think that the little nose
Tiny
was gonna...
little face, tiny nose, tiny mouth.
No, I'm gonna stick with the original plan. Like... this. Look, she's happy. She's got the big old smile. And if I really wanted to put time into it, I could technically make it kind of look like the apple's mouth was opening up. But, it's fine. And then we can...
She's a happy apple.
She loves being an apple. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button there. There we go. There's a main that's apparently locked there. That should have been gone from this one, isn't it? Oh, no, that's a tail.
That's her tail. How did her tail get up there?
There, it's gone. This is the secondary body I had to use to hide her head to keep the features.
Mm-hmm. Ah, gotcha.
The one thing that's bothering me is the floating hair. There is no real way to fix that. Yeah, I can't really fix it without breaking some other things. So
Hello, first-time viewer.
Yeah, we're just gonna do that. Elemental dreams. What did I just come into? That is actually, if I had to say, what phrase have I seen often on here? Is that one? You're welcome.
The apples you must consume. All the apples.
The apple dance I do. Summon the apples I must. She is happy. Like,
wait,
that is definitely a smile.
Is Applejack just like peeking around the corner of that cart when you turn the camera around?
Actually, my favorite part about this is that this is going on here, and right when it starts, she just kind of like goes. She's just like oh. It's beautiful. I want to take a bite and marry it. And I can't close my mouth. Better.
Spider.
That right there is kind of creepy.
That does look creepy.
Mm-hmm. Apples. Apples.
Is there ever an apple that is just a full apple without a bite in it?
I believe there's one that's a full apple but has a worm in it. So that's why this cart is actually full of the bitten apples, but I just churn it so that you don't see the bites.
Okay, so I had to do an animation with these apples when they were spinning, and doing that without showing the bite was very difficult because I had to make it turn without showing the bite in it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, sadly there is none. I like the apple. It's a really good model, except for there's no clean version of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna form Applejack with an apple, or the other way around. Maybe the apple has always been inside of her, and now it is making its way forth. No, I don't want the apple folder. I don't have a what the fuck folder yet. Why am I've got. I feel like the.
You're depriving us.
I achieve hell when I have a what the fuck folder in every shot, and now I've got like. Where's the next one? I thought it was. There it is. There's the other what the fuck. Okay. So we have back to the other stuff. So Applejack, it's excited, and she's not excited. She just there's no other way to go without that. So she looks over, and
Darling.
that's already done. I don't know what else I need to do on that one. So this is 150. Marking that one. So red means the shot framing is finalized. It's just not animated, and that's essentially what that is. It is what I'm planning to do there is done. What I just it's not actually any work done on it. So too many apples are these Jack apples. There's Apple Jacks. The Jax is bigger. They did text that bigger. Applejack is mastered the art of apple jutsu, or some kind of mutagen. He's a mutant horse. Maybe that's why I put an apple and Applejack. He had her whole mad scientist phase. Maybe. I mean, it could like splice them together. Well, if Applejack was spliced with apples, like what would Pinkie Pie be sliced with?
A cake. Or a cupcake.
I could see a cupcake.
Like your head would just be a cupcake.
What would Rarity be spliced with?
A diamond. It's a giant diamond.
A diamond?
Or
money.
Money.
She's got businesses. She wants money.
Darling.
I just see Tom just being her head.
She's like in Full Metal Alchemist when it's like the Edward, the like dog hybrid with the kid and the dog that were fused together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be just like that, and just like Tom's part Rarity. Twilight. Edward. That was such a sad part. All right, we need a I need a Rarity. What I can also start doing here is I know for a fact that I'm not going to need these 5 characters, so I can delete them. Buildings I'm unsure of. I could technically clean up any that aren't in the visible range here, but that would take a little bit. The one thing I probably can clean up is this grass, because this actually will take up quite a bit of processing to have all this in existence. So if I can clean out at least that part, I will clean out quite a bit.
I'm surprised on my old setup that it would actually render all the grass models I had in frame. I was like, how is my SFM still going? But
yeah, because I could probably clean out a bit of these pretty easy. So do that. Now we'll just enable. I have to disable everything else. And now trees. So anything that's not in shot right now. That one up might be. That one. These, because even though you can't see something, doesn't mean it isn't taking up processing power. So by clearing these out, it actually will improve my frame rate and going forward just the usability of the system. Lamps, I can get rid of that one too. Depending on how the bones set up, I guess I can get rid of all the lamps. Depending on how the bones are set up, you might have difficulties with selecting stuff like this. Like the circle. It starts getting too many items, it starts getting confused. Like those. And then buildings. So
Mike is always here. Michael is always a special guest.
Well, I don't know. There's 2 mics now. Usually you have Mike. Oh, Mike is a special guest, but he's away for this week. Yes. I'm not going to lie. Your Hall of Elements map lags when you're lighting it on it, so 98% of the time I don't use lighting. Oh, no, 100%. Yes, that was not built to be efficient or clean or work well. It was my first map I ever built. It's shit. It's absolute crap. It is a lot of problems. It could be built way better. I just didn't know what I was doing, and it's like 7 years ago now. So 8 years ago when I started working on it. So it's not going to be, I got a package delivered. I don't know what I had ordered. Oh, now I remember. It's not going to be touched anytime.
Your HelloFresh thinking?
No, that's next week. But it does what it needs to do, and the whole reason it's public was only because people were asking for it. Originally, I was kind of hesitant to, because 1, it made like crap, and 2, I expected a lot of questions on how do I make it look like you had in the video, and I didn't want to answer all those questions because that would take a long time, and because every one of the shots in Remembrance were done lit per scene. So it's not like the map just naturally had that great lighting. It was literally like continuous effort on every shot to make it look like that. So
And unfortunately, my name is not Michael. I am the best Michael.
You're not the best Michael. Michael is the best Michael.
Exactly.
Okay, so get rid of some of these others. So, apple. Yeah, I can get rid of these apples. I need that second rarity, so we can get rid of those. So, when I was just previewing this, the frame rate was kind of crap. Now we get to see what it looks like, but it's not crap. So, clear out some of this grass. Not all of it. Some of the grass that's right at the edge, just in case we're gonna leave it. Oh, and that was rain shots. That. Because you never know. If suddenly I decide to adjust a camera, I don't want to have to go and like find grass that's hiding off in some corner. That grass too. Those. Lamps. Get rid of. The reason I have to do this is because I've used this scene build in the previous video, and I'm just trying to save some time. Why reinvent the wheel when you can steal the wheel? And buildings. This one's going to be a little more interesting because I'm going to have to technically add more into the background. I'm going to delete everything right. Actually, that would literally be all but one house. I'm going to keep a couple just to make it easier in the future. And trees. Oh yeah, the trees are weird.
How long did it take you to make the actual scene build for the other video?
I think the most difficult part of it was this map originally had a lot of models on it, but they were all they were just simple pre-built ones on the area. But I wanted something that had this like random ground looking road texture. So I went into the map and I modified it to remove all buildings. And that actually took me a while because you can't just select everything because you can also select the ground. It doesn't know the difference between the two. So it's individually going through and finding everything.
Yeah, I had to do that with one of my other maps. Had to go into Hammer and then selecting individual models and delete.
And Hammer is a horrible program.
Indeed it is.
It's just old. It's not. It probably worked better when it first came out, but it's past its date.
Yeah, past its prime.
I think it's no different than the version that was created in 2004. So, all right, yeah. Now look at how fast it runs. I'm running at over 30 frames per second now instead of like 12 or 13. The actual map for this was Ponyville 2004, I think it was. Ponyville 2014, and then I modified it to remove all the buildings from it. So that's all I did here, but it did cause an issue where the sky does this, and I don't know what I accidentally deleted. I probably deleted something important by accident, but it doesn't matter because I normally replace the sky anyway. So I usually put something in the background because I want control of what I can see. This kind of low texture. Don't want that.
Hammer was probably out in 2004.
Yeah, it's been a while. Wow, nice on laying up the old memes. I could probably just do a little bit more here. On the grass here, I could probably get rid of these too. So I just need to add probably a couple more houses like here and behind Applejack's neck here. And actually that'd be about it. I wish that there was a more detailed version of the town hall. This is kind of, especially if you look at this and you see all the detail and the intricacies of this, and then you go to this and it's like,
yeah,
like what? But whatever.
Was there a town hall model for Nutrifin's
No.
Nutrifin video?
No, it was never in any of the shots, so he didn't make one. The one in the workshop, the sky is broken. Oh. I never had a problem with this workshop one.
You just delete stuff all the time in the workshop.
No, I never. I used the one from the workshop. You know what? Maybe it wasn't the one from the workshop. I bet you I was using the one from a direct download that I got years and years ago. And it's just probably from 2014. But I don't like that a lot of maps that have grass, they either have grass or they have dirt, but they don't have both. And this was really good because it kind of created a base for building your own city. And that's why when I did the
Tractor video?
Yeah, the tractor. It starts with an A. I did it because I could get a shot that looked like this. Now, this looks like an actual town, but if this was only dirt, it would not look as good. And if this is only grass, it would not look as good. So I basically took this and that map, cleared it out, and then placed the models around on these areas to kind of at least make it look okay. And I made this kind of like a park-looking area because I needed them to be visible.
I didn't know there's a lot of random bonbons there.
And there is something. I'm over here. There's another horse over here. No one over here. Here, Twilight's walking with a book.
I never really delved into the details of what you did here.
I usually try. You have to make a town look alive, so I had to have people walking around. But after that scene, I just didn't care about background. I don't think, yeah, they're never shown. Yeah, this one I had. They're basically the same people. So these two horses are the same as these two. I think it's all three of these are the same. Yeah, they are. So I literally just picked them up and I shoved them over to the new spot. And because you just need, if they're not moving around, they're.
You apparently really like that pole.
Which one?
You like the pole over there.
No, I just left him there. Literally, that's where he was in the previous when I moved to this new spot, and I just like, yeah, you just stay there. I like sneaking myself in, but I don't like sneaking myself in to where it's front and center. I don't like being a focus. I like being like a Where's Waldo type thing. Okay, so now that Rarity's doing her thing, we can import animation. So I need a walk, and I usually grab. Where is it? Takios. Does it start with a CT? Well, yeah, it starts with. Name your things with the important word first. Like, if you ever seen mine, I say running sprint. That probably wasn't named the best, having sprint in there, but I usually name it where it's the name of what you're looking for first, then the character or some other detail about it. So, like flying fast, flying stationary, because I'm looking for flying. So, like, I don't like things that are named pony walk stationary. No, because I'm looking for P. I can rename it, but workshop is what makes that hard because I can't actually rename things. Oh, I kind of can. Don't throw derpy on landmines. So actually, Michael for Christmas bought me a Roomba, and I named it Derpy.
Oh, really?
So, because if it gets stuck, it says the name of the device that got stuck. So it says Derpy is stuck.
That's hilarious.
And I thought that was fun. It works pretty well, though. Actually, surprisingly well.
All I have to do is just put little ears on it, and you're all set.
Been caught. I can't type that fast anyway. Okay, so how fast is she walking here? Oh, hold on. She's got to not do the bouncy thing here. I need to figure out walk speed.
Darling.
Oh, you just import that onto the bounce.
Darling.
Okay, so that's moving at probably the right speed. So I'm gonna copy all except I don't want her face either. So we're just gonna paste it in. Oh, I did not actually. Okay, copy, then go to the model. Paste.
I thought you were actually going to do the bouncy thing in the final. That would have been funny, but I know you want to do like realistic and then.
No, because if I And the idea was, I want to have there be the slight joke of the thing that they're always saying consistently the same thing, but then have it lead into the bigger joke with Fluttershy. But if the bounce thing pops in, it makes too much stupid too quick.
Yeah.
And now the simplicity is the joke. So I want to actually make it look
Darling.
fairly detailed leading up to that point. So I need to have... She doesn't need to get...
It's quality stupid.
It's a quality shitpost.
Yes.
And quality shitpost is basically my jam. I love shitposts, or shitposts that give you the comments, you put too much effort into the shitpost,
Yep.
because those are the greatest.
Darling. Darling. Darling.
Okay, so is that the right speed to
Darling.
walk at? Nope, a little bit fast, so we're going to stretch it out.
Darling.
So I don't actually see her legs on the ground, or her feet. Because of such, I can cheat this a lot.
Darling.
So as long as it's close to the speed, I'm fine. So we'll do that, but I'm going to have to grab this again. And I think she starts getting sunk into the ground a little bit. So we'll do that. And I'm also going to offset and just turn her a little bit, because she's definitely going up a hill.
Darling.
Kind of, actually. When she's back here, this is the only time I can see her legs interacting with the ground, and it is definitely above the ground. So we're going to fix that by putting her down a little bit. Turning her just a little bit. So the difference between transform and offset is transform will affect, or rotations will affect position, while offset turns that off, and they go separately. Meaning that if I do a rotation here, it's going to just change how she walks.
She's coming out of the ground
Completely. But if I have this on transform and I rotate, I'm now going to have her actually,
Darling.
her positions being modified as well. So this is the usefulness between them. Real moving derpy without the need of interdimensional traveling. Well, and I could probably get a sticker or something on it and have like a big old derpy face. Originally, I thought about putting a Sombra head on it and then having the Roomba be the Sombra. And I might do that. I don't know. I like the Sombra. I thought it'd be fun.
Sombra.
He doesn't like crystals. He likes dust mites.
Darling.
Okay, so she is, for the most part, looking at Applejack.
Darling.
And I'll definitely add some
Darling.
extra details. The problem is, now that I put animation on it, keyframing is harder. So, like, let's say I did add a keyframe, and I say, like, at this point, I want to have Rarity's head do a little sidewards thing and do it like this.
Darling.
Well, then let's say I decide later that I want to change that and I want to change the timing on it. Well, the problem is, you can see there's a bunch of animation already added on here. So I can't just shift this keyframe anymore, because I'd be shifting all the head bobbing animation, which has a bigger effect than you think. If I go and like move this right now just over a little bit,
Darling.
you get this, like, she's moving really weird with her head.
Darling.
It's like wobbling like that, and I don't want that. So keep with what it's built with, and ignore the weird shadow effects when it's actually processing, which is what this will do. I'm gonna get rid of all that, so don't worry about that. It's an effective way I have shadow set up right now. So I probably won't keyframe her head motions right now, but it's so little that I need to do here
Darling.
that I'm not too worried about it.
Darling.
And her tail,
Darling.
That is a very
Darling.
movable
it's
tail.
it's like a weapon. Like when a dog gets excited and it actually like whips you with it.
Darling.
You're so happy.
Darling. 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 Darling.
So, and the little ambient stuff that Applejack will do, that I'm not going to keyframe that, right? So that means I can. Oh yeah, these are all that weird blue because I did something weird and I had to color it myself.
Ripples out.
You actually had to color the...
Because these got weird, I think, oh, they were the old colors. Like, because I copy pasted them from different shots, so they came in as green. So to make them blue, I had to make them manually blue, but I just tried to get close.
Gotcha. You had to manually color the clip to its base.
Somber cleaned, he started noticing crystal dust, which he would start storing until he was powerful enough to break free from the Sombra Roomba Adi. He'll make it one day. But I just want to like take a big old Sombra sticker of him being all like derp and just stick it on there and then just have it roaming around with that. It'd be pretty fun. The Sombra is a good idea. No, it is a pretty smart little thing, and every time he gets stuck, he beeps at me, and he's like, "Help me, please." Sombra is stuck.
Apples, apples.
Okay, so on this, Rarity is still walking all the way up until she gets to that point. So technically, what I can do here is I can take Rarity. In this shot, copy, and then just paste it onto this Rarity. And then when she gets into the shot where I want her, like here, I want her to stop right here. I'm just gonna in a little better, and the end, we'll just blend this out a little bit. Nice thing when you don't have to actually look at the ground.
Earlier.
Okay, and now I can say, like, let's have her walk in a little bit longer. There, now she came to a stop. Whatever, I'm good. Alright, see you later, Vanilla. So Applejack is kind of like, I think, too happy. I thought she's depressed all the time. Okay. Oh, okay, so we can get rid of... Okay, so right now, if I play this, frame rate is running at around 20. If I delete these 4... Yeah, it already increased it by 1 frame. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Alright, let's get our frame rate back. Go.
Delete all the models.
Yes, well, most of them, because this is so zoomed in. All these? Boom. Gone. The apples, I can probably get rid of those because you can't actually see the cart. I'm going to keep the cart though, because if I adjust the camera ever so slightly, I will see the cart. So I'm going to hold off on that. Let's get rid of some of these extra things. Why the crates don't have the selection of everything. Trees. I know that tree is potentially visible. Some of these are weird. I don't know if it's the ones that have an exact match on positioning and therefore it can't select both. I don't know. Goofy. And buildings. Like I said, I do not do something like this until you are 100% sure that what you're going forward with is what you're going to go forward with. Otherwise, it's just making the mess for you later. Okay. Now, frame rate, yeah, now I'm sitting at like 35, 40. That's much, much, much better. And that translates to rendering. It means my rendering time almost doubled. Or not doubled, but halved. Which is also important. Okay. And just moving around here, so much better. So much better. Okay, so she needs to be... Is she looking down too far? I feel like she's looking a little too far down. She's not looking at that point, is she? Oh, I think there is a little bit of up-down. There is. Ah, called it. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, so now Applejack's gonna seem. So the idea now is we're having a conversation, and so what would she say on this? So she has not stated anything to Rarity yet, so more than likely anything she would state would be as a hello or whatever. So a hello, I'm thinking, would be more of like an excited pose. I don't know what that means, but we'll make something work. So I'm gonna take, because I want to have it where you can imply a conversation, maybe not specifics, but at least kind of what's going on. So I'm gonna have her go backwards just a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna stretch those legs out a little bit more. And actually, let's bend her back a little bit. Nope, can't change position. That would... Models don't like that. We'll have her stretch up a little bit.
See you later, Alexander.
I see you later, Alex. You disappear now. So bye-bye. Have a good one. If I don't see you for the holidays, Merry Christmas. I'm not sure how streaming's going to work this week because I'm going to be out probably Friday and Saturday, so...
Apples, apples. Apples, apples.
Are you still gonna do your like New Year's like 5-hour or whatever stream? Something?
The game stream? I did that years and years ago, but the last few years we've done more of a group event thing. I think last year we streamed Jackbox for a little while, but I don't know if we'll do that this year. I'll have to see. Last year just kind of worked out, but when you got a group of people together to kind of hang out and do like things as a group, and then suddenly you try to do an online stream thing, it really breaks the ability for that group to coerce and do things together. So I'll have to see.
I remember that like 7-8 hour stream you had.
Oh, that was I don't know, that wasn't New Year's that we did. That was a Fallout one we did with Jay. But I don't know if that was New Year's. I did do a New Year's one, oh god, like 7 years ago, and I drank so many Long Island iced teas, and I ended that stream trash. I didn't realize how drunk I was. I woke up the next morning and looked at my save file, and I was like, "What? Where am I?" Like I had no idea where I was, and I had to go and watch the video to figure out what had happened at the end. But I remember getting up after the stream and falling over because I didn't realize how actually hammered I was.
Damn.
But I didn't have a camera then, so.
Apples, apples. Apples, apples.
Yeah, I think it definitely was a Fallout stream that you did like 7-8 hours worth.
Yeah, that was with Jay. Jay came over. It was Jay, Kyle, and my sister, and we did it. That
Horse House.
Yeah, we were at Horse House, and I drank quite a bit that time, but I also ate partway through and took breaks, and wasn't as trashed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you guys were like swapping out like for players.
Apples, apples. Apples,
That was a good stream. Good times.
Yeah, I do want to. I oftentimes want to do more game streams, but I already work a day job, and then we have already scheduled 3 to 4 streams a week. Doing another game stream on top of that I would basically be doing nothing but setting up content, and I need time to like do me stuff. So that's why I have not done stuff like that. I was doing Friday streams for a while, but even those were tough because I lost a lot of my personal time. So that's why we kind of slowed down on that. And streams aren't just, you stream for 3 hours, so it's 3 hours of your time. It's like I have to do a half-hour prep. I have to plan everything around it. It's just, if I wanted to do something longer in the evening, now I can't. So now I'm just, after the stream, I only have a couple hours. So it's just, that's why we don't do that. Or at least why I haven't. I might do a bit more during the holiday. I have so much time off, but we'll see.
Oh, my hat's off to you for going this long. I haven't...
Well, this is different because this has become such a scheduled thing.
Yeah.
And it's 3 nights a week.
Yeah, once you get into a routine, it's hard to get out of it.
When I have it broken up so that we have, it was Tuesdays and Fridays, because Fridays I don't work the next day, so I can do a later stream. And then Tuesdays, because it was the first day of work would be a rough day to do it, so I picked the second day to help keep things broken up. So that's why I do Tuesday and Friday. And but now we're doing podcast every other Monday, and then we do the game stream on Sundays. So on podcast weeks, it's basically Sunday, Monday, Tuesday every evening I'm taking up, and that's a rough week. Podcast weeks are rough.
Apples, apples.
I'm sure I too much. Where's your head?
Apples, apples.
That works.
Apples, apples. Apples, apples. Apples.
And her legs do kind of look like they're stiffly moving, but that's kind of fine because I'm going to have a little bit of a bounce with it, so the legs will move and it won't look so stiff in the end.
Apples, apples.
That'll work. She's telling the truth. You know, that kind of reminds me of Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, that's kind of the same.
Wait, I can make it more Wallace and Gromit.
Gromit.
That's Wallace and Gromit. Where it's always like these super wide sides.
Yeah. It's me a cup of tea, Gromit.
He's like, oh, waking up in the morning device I want. Where like grabs him out of bed and like throws him through the shower and stuff.
Oh, those are great.
I've seen one part in the Amy versus Pinkie Pie where Pinkie summons her clones and all these things. Fun. Yeah, that's... I thought about having her say fun here instead of parties, but I feel like it's better having a multi-syllable thing. Fun is so simple and it doesn't... Like here it's apples and darling. Books is a little simpler, but books... What else would Twilight say? Magic? No, it was books. Like that's a giveaway, but Pinkie I can't do fun. Having her go fun, fun, fun? No. Parties makes more sense.
The crackers, Gromit. We forgot the crackers.
The crackers.
Cheese.
that was you did the accent on that one pretty good. Yeah, that was.
That did the hand movements too. He does the.
Oh yeah.
Cheese.
Oh, those are so good.
Apples, apples.
It always reminded me of like a PG version of Coward the Coward or
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah,
I loved that show. Too.
That was a great show. Yeah,
with Eustace.
Cereal. That was a good show though.
I used to have it where I had a TV that I could set a timer on, and so that was my alarm, and my TV would turn on, and it for some reason for the longest time it was Courage the Cowardly Dog was what would come on, and so I watched all these episodes, but it was only because that was when I woke up.
That's hilarious.
But that was when I worked a job where I got up at like 11 in the afternoon because I worked until like 2 to 4 in the morning every day, yes. Or some days, I think there's one day I got back at 9 a.m. So, yeah, start your day at 4 p.m. and you work till 9 a.m.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, hey, overtime. Well, kind of. Even with time and a half, I'm paid more now. But at the time, it was really nice.
Apples, apples.
Watching the first Spider-Man movie. Are you watching the new movie that just came out?
Well, if it's the first one, it's probably Homecoming. Well, it depends. Is it Tobey Maguire?
First Spider-Man, meaning Tobey Maguire, or...
Apples, apples.
Yeah. I have to binge watch this because I want to see the new movie.
Yeah, I want to see the new one too, but I need to see the second one first. Mm-hmm. But yes, I do want to see the
Far From Home.
Yeah, I need to see Far From Home, but it's rentable. Actually, you know what? Oh, he looks like he got a little mouth.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on, I want to do that context. No, I want to see Far From Home, and I might rent it in the next couple days. These apples.
two mouths have merged into one.
Apples, 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 apples. Apples, apples, apples.
What's that freaking anthology short that they did with Rainbow Dash?
It was
I'm trying to think of this. I walked a lonely road.
The Boulevard of Broken Dreams,
Yeah.
isn't it? And but the funny thing with that, and Jay always brings up, so if you've ever watched Anthology and you see that short where he's doing it in paint, the year that was created was many years before many anthologies. It was created well before anything, and they ended up later, the guy had it, and they just were like, hey, let's just throw that in. So I think it said on there, like the first season 1 year, but it was only an anthology 5. It was crazy how old that thing was.
I didn't even know that.
No, it's you get to watch the year in the corner. It is old.
That's great.
And Jay doing his at some of the conventions, he'll do the anthology with documentary. So like, or commentary. Yeah. So he'll talk about it over the video while it's playing, and anybody that's there that made their shorts can talk about their short as it's being played. And it's always interesting because you get something funny along with the things. And I love that context. I love the like behind the scenes of what was your brain at in making something.
Apples, apples, darling, darling.
Okay. Oops. So, okay, well, we got the keyframing done for a lot of these. And keyframing to me is probably one of the most important things, because when you actually go to animate, it's basically just blending those in. The animating part is pretty easy, but the keyframe is, it's seeing, does the idea that I had actually work? And it's getting there. So, like, I feel like this camera is a little high right now. I think we need to have her... It's either that or I might need it being more zoomed in. Like a little bit like this. I think it's one thing that's bugging me is Applejack is looking out of the camera range, which is not normal, but it's because she's starting it like that. If I had it starting like this, that would be extra weird. So I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that works.
Darling. Apples, apples, darling, darling, darling.
So I'll probably have her, I'm not gonna have the time to do it today, but probably dip down a little bit for this. Then I want to have, her do like questioning. So I want to have her like turn her head and kind of like with one eye up. And then, and then like her kind of shake her head like, so she said something, and then Applejack's like looking for clarification, and then Rarity's like, no, 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 kind of a thing. And then that's when she just pops up with books. And then just have everybody else just... I don't want to have any emotion on there. I want to have just the standard look. You know, because just apples. And then I want to have her be very happy when she says books. So.
Apples, darling, books.
Hello, first time.
Hello, Fluffy Fox Butt. What PC would you suggest for a beginner 3D animator? That depends on the software you're looking to use. If you're a beginner and that you're like exploring the medium to determine if it's something you want to do, I would highly recommend SFM just because it's simple and it's free. Blender is also free, but it's complex. SFM, you can I realize I'm way out of focus on this. It's just simpler to figure out the 3D animation part of it. Blender is a powerful tool, but there's a lot more to it. If you're looking to do 3D stuff, it really depends on the complexity you're going for. You can probably get away with kind of just a mid-tier computer on Blender, but you're going to have very simple scenes. But if you haven't done any 3D animation or modeling work and you want to get into it, do know that it is going to be a very steep learning curve. Blender is very complicated. It's very time-consuming because there's a lot of buttons to do a lot of things, and the software is only one part of it. Then there's the concepts and the everything that comes along with just 3D animation that is separate from the software you're using.
There's also a lot of different other 3D software like 3ds Max,
3ds Max
Maya,
is not free.
Well,
they're not free. 3ds Max is...
If you're talking free, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking beginner. 3ds Max is like probably 4 digits in terms of price. Blender is free, and it's good. Blender is fine. But yeah, if for a computer, don't go overboard. If you are doing super high-end, detailed 3D projects that you're going to be render farming of some sorts, then yes, go like a 3090 or with a 5950 processor. You know, go high-end. But for a beginner, really anything would work. I definitely, I mean, if you're still sitting at like an 800 or 900 series graphics card, you might have some problems, but learning doesn't usually involve having super high detail. A lot of the stuff I did early on, I was like, at least for SFM, the software hasn't updated or changed in 8-9 years. So everything that I had for hardware 9 years ago ran it perfectly fine. The new hardware, if anything, causes some problems with it because it's running too fast, and I'm thinking that's what causes some of my latency with like audio not matching up. So, but yeah, if you're just looking for to build a computer for it, first just use what you have and see if it's something you enjoy. Don't spend a ton on equipment before you even know if it's something you want to do, especially with the learning curve that Blender has.
Also for rendering, Michael, try 2 days. That's quite a wait.
Well, time to wait 30 minutes for rendering. Yeah, if you're talking Blender, you're talking days. You're talking like an hour per frame sometimes. SFM, the worst I've ever had, I think, was 30 to 40 seconds a frame, which is pretty long. If you're talking a 30 FPS video, that means if it says 30 seconds, that's 30 seconds times 30. So 15 minutes per frame. Or per second of video. A 1 minute video being 60 minutes, you're talking a long time, like well overnight on your renders. That's why having things broken up into scenes is great. You export as an image sequence. You can render until you need your computer, then stop it. Say I go to here and then I cut it right here. Well, then next time I start the render, I just start at the beginning of this shot and just keep going. Done that plenty of times. On a MacBook Pro. Is a MacBook Pro... that should be fun. I don't know about Apple when it comes to some of the SFM stuff, so who knows. I'm checking SFM on Steam using a new computer, but I'm struggling to install it because it involves administrator for some reason. I'll need to find a way to get... Just Google Mac SFM and see what other people have run into. And more than likely you haven't had the same problem, but I do not use Mac. I don't know any of it. I'm rendering your HUD at 60 FPS at 4 frames a second. 4 frames a second? Oh, that's fine. It depends, like, too. What are your settings here? So if you right-click the viewport and you go to render settings, these are going to, well, these are the overrides. There's a whole different way to do this. I just like using the overrides because I don't care. So each level of these doubles your render time. If you use the camera settings, I believe that defaults to, is that 8?
It's
or is
8.
it 4?
I'm pretty sure it's 8. It's 8.
Yeah, I think it's 8. And then if you go to 16, it doubles your render time. So if this took you 4 seconds a frame, this will take you 8, then 16, 32, 64. Voila.
How'd you get those overrides in there?
All the way.
How'd you get those overrides in there?
Overrides? What do you mean?
Teach me your ways. I'm not sure. Wait, because do you have it set in the preferences when you launch SFM?
No, I have to set this every time. I just go and choose. Usually if I'm previewing, this one's pretty simple, so I'll just set 128. But normally if I'm previewing, I'll sit at 32 because that gives you a good idea of the final with the least amount of preview time. But then when I actually render, I'll usually will go 128. 256 is a diminishing return.
Because I never had that many sample options when I'm using
these ones.
Yeah, because I've always it only goes up to 256 on both.
No, for motion blur, it always goes up to 256. I've always had it go up to 1024, but I would recommend never doing 1024.
Yeah, I never do that. That's too much.
Well, for pictures, maybe, but SFM is too old. Anytime I try hitting that value, it will normally crash. It won't even render the things. 512 is normally going to run into errors as well. 256 is the highest I can go and actually have it render, but at that point, sometimes you're running into stupid amounts of time on render. 128 is better to me. 128 to me is the sweet spot. 64 you can get away with. I've had to do 64 in a video because it was such a long render time for the frames that there was no way for it to finish in a decent amount of time, so I did 64. I tried 3D modeling and I made a donut in a chest, and I'd love to be able to, oh, the donut, I know what you're talking about. I'd love to be able to progress in the characters, but I have a terrible Microsoft laptop that I learned doesn't even have a fan. Oh, so you're probably looking like a Chromebook or very simple laptop. I can't give any recommendation for computer parts right now because building a computer right now, especially if we're mainly needing a graphics card, is overpriced. All the prices for everything are well above MSRP. It's a very poor time to build a computer. In the next couple months, it might improve, but it's just going from scratch is going to be expensive. And building anything decent is going to at least cost you a little bit. And if you're only building to fit the bare minimum for something, and then you want to upgrade later, then it's like, well, I don't know. If you can run Blender on what you have, I would maybe just stick with it, or look into an SI, a system integrator, if you want to actually get a computer. Somebody like NZXT, or if you never built one yourself anyway. NZXT. Do not do Dell, do not do Alienware, do not do Hewlett Packard. Those are horrible ones. They might cost a little less on some things, but you're never going to be able to upgrade them, and they're shit. So yeah, just look up a system integrator, and they'll build a computer for you, and you can usually go pretty low spec on that, and they have graphics cards in stock, so that also helps. I like my RTX 2060. I have a 3-year-old card. It's going for 1K. Yeah, it's a hard market for that. I got lucky. I have a 3080 and I have a 3060. I think it's just a 3060. I don't think I got a TI. So the encoding that the stream is on a 3060, and then I play games on 3080. So, and it works fine. It's everything I need it to be. But for anything you're going to be doing on for Blender, you don't need something like that. Especially if you're running on a 1080 monitor. You could get away with like a 3060 or a 2070 or 2060, something like that, and be fine. The biggest thing with Blender is probably more your RAM, how much it has. So a 3060 would probably work really good with that because it has a lot more RAM. But again, I'm speaking on my ass because I don't use Blender. Anyways, we're going to be good today. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this week on streams. It probably won't be a stream Friday. Sunday probably. But Friday is New Year's Eve. Not New Year's, but vacation's ending early.
Skipping.
Yeah, this Friday is I'm saying it again, Christmas Eve. So I will not be streaming because I'm going to be probably doing some family stuff. So maybe I'll stream in the afternoon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Bye. I was going to say, I don't know if I said it, but thank you for the follow, Vanilla Dream. I think he left though. Also check stream chat. What did you put in stream chat? Oh. I will listen to that later because I don't know what it's saying, and there's terms and conditions to follow. So I'll listen in a second. So, but anyways, have a good one, guys. Let me switch to Kitty. There's Kitty.
Meow.
And oh yeah, I can do it. Yeah, let's why not? We can rate AZ. Yeah. But thank you to you don't count yourself.
I was in there for like a second. Apparently it looks like I'm still watching.
Yep, and thank you to the new followers to Vanilla Dream and to Loveheart. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
I had the stream going in the background.
And yes, we're gonna raid some AZ. Flitters. I don't. You know what? I haven't raided Flitter in forever because normally Flitter's not streaming, and Flitter's raided me multiple times. So actually what we'll do is we'll raid Flitter. Playing Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. I don't know what that is, but hey, we're gonna raid him anyway. So we'll do that. So oh, it does look like a game. Actually, are they watching it? I don't know. We'll see. But stick around for some channel points. You can use it for stupid faces and Michael takeovers and whatever other crap I do. So bye-bye. If I don't see you guys before Christmas, have a happy Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Or New Year's, whatever.
Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Done.